You're probably wondering, what if I'm really afraid of expressing my feelings to other people? I understand it. I was super closed off. We're taught not to talk about our feelings. It's really shameful. There's a stigma around it, whether your mental health is like good enough to share. And I think a lot of people are like, I don't want to share bad news, or I don't want to share my truest thoughts because people might judge me. And it just sends a lot of fear and anxiety into our bodies. The fundamental here is that we're not feeling safe in our bodies, and we're not feeling safe in our creative acts and in our minds for us to openly share and be vulnerable. So what I've noticed in my journey here is that we tuck away our emotions and we like almost put them in our pockets, and we just like forget that they're there. And then every now and then you put your hands in your pockets and you're like, okay, they are still there. So perhaps there are times when people were judgmental and said rude things or left poor comments or just like trolling, uncool. But it's not time for us to settle, right? If we want to create, we want to live our most truest, authentic selves, like not being afraid and doing it despite that there's still that fear is a very courageous act. But how do we become courageous? Is to make ourselves feel safe, right? And I think that a lot of times when we are able to take the time to create, whether that's dancing or playing music or creating art or telling a story or sitting in stillness, that we are creating safe space for us to do new things, right? And when we do new things, it signals to our brains that we can do more new things. It's like that winner's effect. The more you win, the more you think you can win, and then therefore you win more. But that's the same thing with creating, right? The more you create, the more you believe that you can create, where it sends a positive feedback loop, right? It is hard to start the loop when we're not feeling very good in our bodies. So I always start my practice with a breathing exercise, candle gazing, lighting an incense, just cleaning my space a little bit and just showing myself that I'm ready to sit down. What do I need to feel safe? Going to the bathroom, getting a hot cup of tea, putting on some nice music, and just like really coming into your own space, however that looks and feels for you. You don't need to wait until it feels safe and comfortable. And I know that sounds like a big ask, but creating to heal for yourself, creating a practice, whatever it is, if it's intuitive, if it's self-expressive, if it's traditional, whatever works for you, that you're just real, that you're honest and you show up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself, it is more validating than when you show up for others when you're afraid. If you're afraid, just show up for yourself, because that will start the positive feedback loop for you. That will generate more of the magnetizing vibrations and energies for you to create more and tap into yourself and be less fearful moving forward. For me, starting the YouTube channel to create confidence in speaking has really pushed me, and the repetition, doing it for small bursts of waves and times that feel good and flow for me has been the best way for me to gain this trust with the world and not be afraid to share a little bit about who I am. So remember, celebrate every small act, celebrate your creative healing endeavors, whatever that looks like for you. The whole premise of this is I am trying to create a community of like-minded people like you that believe creating in some capacity, whatever it is that calls to you, heals the soul, it nurtures the soul. So it's not just food, nutrition, rest, activity. I also believe in stillness, creativity, and presence. If any of this resonated with you, I have created a community called the Collective Spark on School. I will put the link down below. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.